You think you're the most dangerous thing on this planet. You're not. The deadliest creature on Earth is probably within a few feet of you. It's not a shark. It's not a snake. It weighs less than a raindrop. Yet it has killed more people than every war, plague, and disaster combined. Maybe nearly half of everyone who has ever lived. And tonight, it might come for you while you sleep. You won't even feel it. Here's the strange part. The mosquito itself isn't really the killer. It's the delivery system. When a female mosquito lands on your skin, she isn't feeding herself. She needs your blood to make her eggs. She slips a needle thinner than a hair through your skin, finds a blood vessel, and drinks. And sometimes riding inside her is something much older and much smarter. A parasite. Its name is Plasmodium. It has been hijacking mosquitoes and hunting humans for as long as there have been humans to hunt. The bite is just the door. The parasite walks through it, slips into your liver, multiplies in the dark, then floods into your blood and starts bursting your red blood cells from the inside. That's the fever. That's malaria. A killer with wings carrying a smaller killer inside it. Think about the scale of that. Something you can crush between two fingers, delivering an enemy you can't even see. And for most of human history, we had no idea any of this was happening. We just knew that near the swamps, near the still water, people died. So we blamed the night air. We even named the disease after it. Malaria. Bad air. But bad air didn't topple empires, the mosquito did. Go back to ancient Rome, the most powerful civilization on Earth, ringed by marshland. The Romans called it the Roman fever, and it never left. It killed peasants and emperors with the same indifference. Many historians believe malaria quietly drained the empire for centuries, thinning its armies and emptying its countryside long before any barbarian reached the gates. Rome didn't just fall. In part, it was bled dry by something it couldn't even see. And it wasn't only Rome. In 323 BC, the most powerful man in the world lay dying in Babylon. Alexander the Great had conquered everything from Greece to India and never lost a battle. Many historians believe what finally killed him was a fever carried by a single bite. The man who conquered the world taken down by the smallest enemy on it. But here's where it gets stranger. The mosquito didn't just kill the powerful. It decided who won. Think about that for a second. Take the birth of America. During the Revolutionary War, British troops marching through the swamps of the Carolinas were ravaged by malaria, while many of the local American soldiers had grown up with it and survived. The disease wore the redcoats down before the battles even started. Some historians call it General Mosquito, the insect that quietly fought on the rebels' side. Then it helped America grow. In 1802, Napoleon launched the largest expedition France had ever sent across the ocean to crush a revolt on a single Caribbean island, Haiti. Tens of thousands of his best soldiers. Within months, most of them were dead. Not from the fighting. From yellow fever and malaria, delivered by clouds of mosquitoes, the local fighters had survived their whole lives. Napoleon's army didn't lose a battle. It melted. And a humiliated France gave up on the entire New World. So, in 1803, Napoleon sold a vast stretch of North America to a young United States for almost nothing. The Louisiana Purchase. It doubled the size of the country overnight. The borders of your country may have been drawn by an insect, and almost no one living inside them has any idea. It happened again in Panama. In the 1880s, France tried to dig a canal across it and walked straight into a wall of mosquitoes. More than 20,000 workers died. The project collapsed. Then the United States tried, but this time, before they moved a single shovel of dirt, they went to war with the mosquito itself. They drained the water. They sprayed the swamps. A doctor named William Gorgas turned mosquito control into a military campaign. And only after the insect was beaten did the canal get built. The waterway that reshaped global trade exists because, for once, we killed the mosquito first. So the pattern is always the same. Wherever humans went, the mosquito was already there, deciding who got to stay. And all of it, every empire, every war, every border redrawn, came down to a fight over one thing: your blood. And then there's the part that's hardest to believe. The mosquito didn't just rewrite our history, it rewrote our bodies. In the places where malaria never stopped hunting, evolution did something desperate. A mutation appeared that bends your red blood cells into a sickle shape. On its own, it can cause a painful, dangerous disease. By every rule of survival, it should have vanished. Instead, it spread because that same mutation makes it harder for the malaria parasite to survive inside you. Your ancestors were dying so fast that a blood disease became a shield. Today, billions of people carry malaria, fighting mutations in their DNA, and sickle cell is just the most famous one. The mosquito pressed so hard on our species that it left its fingerprints inside your cells. It's still in there, right now. So why can't we just beat it? We split the atom. We landed on the moon. We carry the entire internet in our pockets. How is a bug still winning? Because it has been doing this far, far longer than we have. Mosquitoes have existed for around 100 million years. They drank from dinosaurs. And every weapon we've ever invented, they've learned to survive. We built insecticides, they evolved resistance. We built drugs, the parasite evolved around them. For decades, a working malaria vaccine seemed impossible because the parasite changes its own disguise faster than your immune system can learn it. We are fighting an enemy with 100 million year head start. And it adapts every single time. And it is still winning. Right now, malaria kills somewhere around 600,000 people every year. Most of them are children under the age of 5. Roughly one child almost every minute somewhere in the world. Not in ancient history. Today. While you were watching this. And it's spreading. As the planet warms, the mosquito is moving into higher mountains, into cooler cities, into places that never had to fear it before. The range of the world's deadliest animal is growing. It may be coming to somewhere that always believed it was safe. So let's look at your arm again. The blood under your skin is the most fought over resource in the natural world. Empires rose and fell over the right to keep it. Wars were decided by who could survive long enough to hold on to theirs. Your own DNA was rewritten to defend it. We have built a civilization that can leave the planet. And we still cannot protect ourselves from something that weighs less than a raindrop and is, quite possibly, somewhere in this room right now. We like to believe we sit at the top of everything. That we conquered nature. That history was written by our kings, our armies, and our great ideas. But the most powerful force in the human story never lifted a sword, never gave a speech, and never even knew we were here. It just kept biting. And it's still out there. Still hungry. Still winning a war we don't even realize we're in.